Hello, this is Richard Bossart. I am an experienced and certified expatriate tax consultant. I understand you would like some help in whether you have to file a tax return from overseas, and if so, how to go about it. You know, the CPA firms and the tax lawyers do great work for corporations and wealthy people, but I can help you at much lower fees and on a one-to-one basis. And I can still cover all the things you need to know how to legally exclude your foreign earned income from a U.S. tax liability. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the two types of exclusion income that you would have overseas, and particularly the first case, which covers the majority of people, and that is the foreign earned income exclusion. This is filed on a specific form, and what it means is that if you are living overseas working and you earn anything up to slightly above $90,000 a year, plus perhaps some extra thousands of dollars for excess housing costs overseas, you are eligible to exclude that entire amount from any U.S. tax liability. Now, that means not where you are paid from. You can be paid from a U.S. corporate source. You can be paid from another country abroad. That may be a European headquarters, for example. And it doesn't matter to where it is paid. What matters is where you perform the duties that earns you that income. And while we're on that point, if you spent any days in the United States for your company on a working basis, not vacation, but working, those days of earned income are not excludable, nor is any passive income from a U.S. source. That means things that you didn't actually earn by working, but you receive, such as bank interest, stock dividends, or capital gains from stocks. Those are also not excludable. But I will add right away that you still are eligible to use the full standard deduction on your taxes, and that covers quite a bit of such income. So that's your foreign earned income. And the other major way to exclude any excess income above that amount is by filing a direct foreign tax credit against such income. Usually your foreign net taxes are higher than they would be in the United States, even though we have some of the highest tax rates, but we also have very generous deductions. I normally don't take a housing mortgage interest deduction because most people living abroad rent their dwellings, but they could if they wanted to deduct housing costs. Of course, you get a chance to deduct excess housing costs anyway, so why not take the standard deduction in addition? Now, how do you qualify for overseas earned income exclusion? There are two major ways. One is by completing a full tax year of residence abroad. What is residence? That's the place where you mainly live, where you go home to each night and operate out of, and in other words, carry on your daily life. And if you have completed a full tax year of such residence, then you qualify for the foreign income tax exclusion. But you don't know this until the year is completed. So what you do is file a special form that postpones your liability to file an income tax return until you've completed a full tax year. For example, let's say you move over in the middle of 2010. Well, you won't complete a full tax year until 2011 is finished, and so you have to wait until then, and afterwards you file your 2010 return by January 15th of 2012. On June 15th of 2012 is when your tax return for 2011 would be due. And so that's about the sum total of it. The other major way to qualify is the physical presence test overseas. This is a little more complicated. It's used for people mainly who expect to only be overseas a full year. It is so many months out of a total possible months. I don't like to quote the number without doing further research because it has been changing. But you could also use this to the first year of a lengthier stay and afterwards switch to the residency test only for the purpose of gaining one extra month before you left the United States, which can be used to cover or to qualify for foreign income tax exclusion in the following year. So, if you like to have more information or ask for my help, please be sure to go click below on the link to my website for further information. Thank you. Okay. Woohoo!
Okay, what was that called?
That tile is called foreign.
Wait, what happened? You didn't